Welcome back to the FOZ podcast. This is Zeus. I'm here with Michael, Tom, Jack, and Desiree. We are on episode 146. Just build them up. It's our Christmas extravaganza, and tonight is Jack's show. So I guess you're Santa. I ain't sitting on your lap, but you're still Santa.
Yeah, well, Mike wouldn't let me borrow his hat, so this is what I got.
I've got all kinds of festive Christmas stuff around me, but I just didn't, I didn't do it this year. Anyway,
how weird is that? Hold on, that's a thing that just little kids sit on some random old man's lap.
Yeah, man.
And tell them what they want for Christmas.
Who started?
How fucking weird is that?
Who started that?
To add to the weirdness, that guy didn't even exist before like 1950 with Coca-Cola. The image that we have of Santa Claus, you can nail down to like I want to say it's like the 50s with Coca-Cola, and then suddenly.
And little known fact, I mean, some people dispute it, but Santa Claus was actually black.
No, I think wasn't it Thomas Nast? Remember the guy where the word nasty came from? He was the guy that drew the cartoon of the modern looking Santa.
Oh,
have you guys heard the story of Black Peter? I think that's his name. He was like this Norwegian Santa Claus, but he would come in and take all the bad kids and throw them in his bag, and he had like a Robin sidekick, and they'd like poke him with sticks. It's like very dark.
Wow. Is that the same as the Krampus, or is that a different thing?
No, Krampus is probably just organically created in the late 2010s. I don't think that he was ever really.
No, that's an old. Krampus. That's like an old legend.
Yeah,
what's
in
Krampus?
Germany.
Krampus. It's kind of what Zeus described, but by a different name.
I think it's been around a very, very long time. They celebrate it once every like 10 years or something in some town in Germany. That's like a big deal. A lot of people turn out.
Yeah, I saw the movie. The movie sucked.
Yeah.
What, Krampus?
Yeah, it was horrible.
What's wrong with Krampus? It's a fun movie.
I don't think it has anything to do with the actual thing, does it?
It's a fun horror movie, is all I know. So is Gremlins.
Like the Bizarro Santa.
We gotta get the 411 on. There's more to it. I'm not prepared.
Well, I was looking at this thing. You guys were talking about, like Zeus said, Santa Claus. The way we see him is the 50s Coca-Cola thing,
right?
And I was looking at this thing. It says because I didn't know if we talk about Christmas traditions like we already are right from the jump. But it said that Santa Claus can be traced back to a variety of influences, but the modern depiction comes from a mix that includes the Dutch figure of Sinterklaas, a gift-giving saint celebrated originally on December 6th, and various other European legends. And then he became popular in America as Dutch settlers came into New York City and sort of began, what's become now, our Christmas tradition and our Santa Claus, the guy whose lap you sit on and you ask for stuff. Kind of like Zeus.
Yeah.
People sit on Zeus's lap and ask him for stuff.
Yeah, man.
Just not tonight. See, Zeus actually signed up for for people to come see him and sit on his lap, but as you can tell by looking behind him, no one's shown up.
Yeah, man. He's at
just
the mall.
An empty venue. It's like Spinal Tap at the record store. Nobody comes.
I think the line goes off to the left. You just can't see it.
You just can't.
Oh, yeah. I see that guy. There's a guy.
There's
like 20 girls over there lined up.
Oh, here's a question, though. Does anyone really sit on Santa's lap anymore? Did that go away with did COVID put the final nail on that? Or is it still around?
Should have went away like 15 years ago with the.
I don't know. I haven't been to a mall.
That's right. What was that thought?
What was that? With what?
Should have gone away with the unearthing of perverts. Like it should have went away then. But
the unearthing of perverts. They've been around, I think, a long time.
Yeah, but it used to be that no one really cared. Like that's just how Uncle Joe is, he just likes to hug too long.
But no, because it's kind of like Grandma and Grandpa. You sat on Grandpa's lap, right?
Right.
So that's Santa's like another grandpa.
except one you don't know.
But
Yeah.
when did Grandpa?
Well, you don't know your real grandpa half the time.
But when did
when
Santa
you're, like,
Claus
2
get
years
this
old.
bad rap? I mean, I think he's pretty innocent. I think people bring
Well, maybe
fighting for
because-
Santa Claus over here.
Are you guys familiar with the term religious syncrosity or synchronicity, where like we went through Germany and they worship trees at the time, so we added a Christmas tree. I'm betting that probably Santa came around like that with maybe the Krampus thing, except they turned it into a good figure that brings joy, like just a little spin.
Well, it seems, I mean,
Yeah.
probably right as Christianity spread through Europe, and like you said, they picked up traditions that were already ongoing for those people
So
to
that they would be more
incorporate
like
into the faith. Like, okay, this tree thing is pretty cool. This Sinterklaas figure that comes around in December and brings gifts, that's pretty cool. Why don't we combine that with, oh, I don't know, the birth of Jesus? We
Yeah,
make
even
it
though
all
he's
one
born in
big
July.
thing.
And the winter solstice. I think that was the original holiday, right?
Well,
Of what? Of which faith?
Well,
Well,
So, like-
I think they just they put Christmas. I mean, nobody knows what day Jesus was born.
Of course,
Put it
right?
close to the winter
September
solstice.
25th, you idiot. Come on.
I heard
Nobody
he was
knows
born in
that.
July.
So here's the
Christmas in
how
July.
one of the ways they tried to figure out the timing was so the manger was full, or the inn was full, so they had to sleep in the manger. The reason for that is everybody was coming, all the senators were coming back from their
Right.
areas for like
the census.
census.
Session.
Yeah.
I know.
So that's where they come up with the time, and that's another one of those religious synchronicity things.
That's all made up, though.
Right,
Those-
but again, it falls into line with the whole let's give them things they're familiar with, so this sounds more realistic. I'm
Wait,
really
what's all made up?
That was in Matthew or Mark. I forget which one. But that
The
guy,
ma-
I think it was Matthew.
The inn.
He made that so that story doesn't appear in any other
Gospel.
gospel, right? It's
What, the
only
story with
that
the manger?
one
It's
where
only
he
in
says he was
Matthew.
born in Bethlehem.
I think
Everybody
it's
else says that Jesus was born in Nazareth.
Hmm.
But
Well, they-
Mark won it because there was already that prophecy. I'm sorry, I'm mixing up Mark and Matthew. Whoever the guy was,
I think Matthew said Bethlehem.
I think Matthew. Yeah, so there was a prophecy, so he wanted it to match the prophecy. So he created this. He's concocted this whole story with the census. I mean, they did do censuses back then.
but again, that was
But he
probably
made it up that they
familiarity.
had to go back for the census, but
Yeah,
that
but
wasn't.
but
I mean,
who's
that's all BS.
wait,
So
which
hold on,
which
everyone
theologian,
stop.
which
Was he
yeah, but
born in
what
Bethlehem or
theologian
Nazareth?
school, which theologian school says believe these three gospels, but not this one? It's made up.
It's a
Like I don't,
contradiction. So, was he born in Bethlehem or was he born in Nazareth?
well, it's just one guy knew the scoop because he talked to Mary one day a lot longer than everybody else did. And she said,
I
know
don't
the
know.
funny story about that night. We
I think-
couldn't get a room.
Yeah.
And so we had to stay in this stable because of all these senators coming back from
But Matthew was the type he would try to shoehorn a lot of things in to his gospel to make it match the prophecies.
Yeah.
That wasn't the only one. He would do that with a bunch of stuff. So, but I don't want to. That's
No, that's good stuff though. That's
and
like
again,
that's
I
like
think that-
inside baseball Christianity shit. That's great.
Mhm.
I think that falls into the whole synchronicity thing of it was something people were familiar with, so easier to
yeah.
take in and believe that it was real
They
because
would they'd grab things from all kinds of religions and just glom onto it to make it more popular.
Right.
even the spices, frankincense and myrrh,
Myrrh.
they were worth a fortune back then. So
Yeah.
like these gifts were massive. It was like salt and pepper, like just things they didn't have normally. So it became this story that they delved into and people attached to it. I'm not dismissing the Bible. I'm just saying that there may have been a Stephen King back there that had a little flair.
Sure.
But also, like, I mean, time of year. I mean, December 25th. So that's right after the equinox, right?
Yeah,
So days start getting longer again. So it's kind of the the
Festive.
birth of days getting longer. Just like Easter is like rebirth, spring happening. I mean, the harvest festivals with
It might have been right
Halloween.
on that day because when did the calendar get kind of finalized? That was a little bit later, I think.
Yeah, because what's the equinox? The 20th, December 20th,
21st,
Somewhere in there. So by the time they like calculated the exact calendar, it was a few days off now, but they stuck with the 25th. But I think they originally put it on that winter solstice because everybody was already
Solstice,
celebrating
not
that day.
equinox. Solstice,
Right.
not equinox. Yeah.
So Jack, what do you want to start with?
Well, I think we kind of already did. We kind of jumped right into what I wanted to
man.
talk about, which is some Christmas traditions to start with. I mean, obviously you talked about Santa Claus. We're talking about the date and what it actually symbolizes. If we're going to get into the whole thing about, is it the birth of Jesus or is it something else? Like, what do you guys feel about? I know like one controversial topic that comes up, and they've been making movies about it and doing news stories about it all of our lives, is the quote unquote commercialization of Christmas. Specifically here in America, we know where capitalism reigns and consumerism is the law of the land. Like as you guys were raised, I don't know if you were raised. I mean, I think we were all raised Christian in one form or another. Mike and I, we've discussed Catholicism.
Mhm.
Tom, are you Catholic too?
No, we weren't Catholic growing up. My wife, I guess, yeah, she would be. 'Cause
Oh yeah, she's
Polish.
hardcore. Pope John
Okay.
Paul.
Well, I
Polish.
wouldn't say she's hardcore today, but
Right.
No, but
Right.
I mean, if you were born in Poland in the 70s, you were raised Catholic. Just
right.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
back
yeah.
then, yeah.
Sure.
you had the Joe Namath of popes. Like,
Well, how do you guys feel? And Desiree, I'm not sure if you had a faith-based upbringing, if you were raised Christian, or I don't really know how you were raised versus I know like
I think there's a
nowadays.
front in my house. But
Right. Well, you said yourself in previous episodes, you're sort of, I guess you would classify yourself agnostic, right? I mean, or sort of lean
yeah,
only.
now. But I mean, it wasn't, my mom was a huge Christian, but I mean,
Okay.
I don't really see her behavior
I'll
as
tell
such.
you,
Okay.
to digress just a little bit, I actually went to a church because Max was singing in a choir for church.
Oh, the Christmas play.
Like,
Yes.
dude, they had like electric guitar. They were rocking out. Like, if I'm gonna join a church, this is the one I'm gonna go to. They were funny. They had like a review and like they're making fun of it, VUE versus VIEW. Like, they were hilarious. They even pulled a Yippee-Ki-Yay, Die Hard is a Christmas movie reference. I was like, wow, this is the church for me. But anyway, I digress. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So wait, what kind of church was it?
Yeah.
Baptist, which is where I would go anyway. I
Okay.
kind of lean like Episcopalian, Baptist, just, your run of the mill 7-Eleven church.
I meant to.
I remember when
yeah.
I was younger, we used to go to and I don't know why. We would go to like random midnight masses and they weren't Catholic,
Mhm.
but I think my grandpa was maybe like Baptist. I'm not real sure.
Wait,
But,
did they have huge crosses that were burning, and did they wear?
Jesus.
No,
Because that's
no,
not
it wasn't that.
I think
No,
other.
there was like drink from a cup involved, and everyone does it.
Blood of Jesus.
A lot of
Yeah.
bells.
That's like communion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they haven't drinking the wine and the blood has not come back post COVID yet.
They don't even do
our
like
area.
singular like shots, shot
Mm-mm.
glasses of wine.
No.
Oh, they
Oh.
really should have developed that within the Catholic Church over COVID, like little nips of wine. Just
Little
go up
mini,
and
Yeah,
grab
mini
one.
well,
bar. Just get a
why
mini bar
couldn't
next
I've
it-
to
seen
the.
that like pre-COVID, like they have the little like the little breads that look like a chiclet. They're like that size,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
that's the
like a
wafer,
little
right?
teeny tiny like
Bite size.
Why couldn't his blood be a 10-year bourbon? Why not?
It
Well,
could.
when we would do the midnight mass thing, it was like real wine. And I'm like, I'm a child, my mom would always be like, don't really drink it. And I'm like, this is fun. This is cool.
And that's
What would you do with it if you didn't drink it? You spit it
I
out?
guess
This
spit
was
it back
like
in.
grabbing
I don't
the
know.
goblet that they.
Now
Or
that you
the-
say that, that's fucking like what? Yeah, everyone drinking out of this fucking
If it's-
backwash goblet.
If it's
Yeah, I
real,
never-
Thanks.
I never could get into that whole because at like churches I went to, like when I was young, they had the wine and the chalice as well,
Mhm.
and they would just like wipe it. Like the priest had that
Mhm.
holy
yes,
napkin,
yeah, the little thing around the edge there.
and I could
Why don't
see.
they make our masks out of that?
Literally until today. Yeah,
That's
put some
awesome.
holy water on it. Until today, I never even had the thought of the backwash never came to me.
I just didn't want
But
to
that's
do it.
gross. That's gross. I'm sure there's a lot of floaties in that wine at
Yeah.
the end.
Well, it
It's
is.
gross.
It
All
is blood,
alcohol
though.
cures
I mean,
everything.
it is blood.
Yeah, that
That-
grossed me out about it too.
Yeah.
Just the idea. I'm like, what if it transubstantiates? Like while I'm up there with the cup, and I got to drink that shit. Like I just don't want to.
Yeah, man.
I don't want to be the one.
Is it
Mhm.
worse than eggnog?
Oh, it's a good question. Yeah, I'm not an eggnog.
Eggnog is so
Yeah.
gross.
Eggnog is disgusting.
Blech.
Really? I like it
Yeah.
with a lot of rum in it. It's pretty
I
good.
don't.
You just
Well-
like rum with the dash of eggnog.
I will say I was never an eggnog person until I don't know.
I'm
And
not a
so it
rum
was,
guy either.
like-
Eggnog is just fucking horrid.
Yeah.
It's you have to have it very cold, and you need the rum to thin it out. You
No,
definitely don't want it
here's-
to be too
Here's how you
thick.
drink eggnog. You get shit faced on whatever you want to drink the whole night, and then when all that's gone, you resort to the eggnog.
And then it will make you throw up and you'll be fine in the morning.
Exactly.
There you go.
Would,
I
I,
like your
wonder if you
thinking,
could put
Jess.
rum chata in eggnog.
Probably. Yeah.
It'd probably
Why
be
not?
all right. It'd stay thick, but it would give it a little bit of a new
You
flavor.
know what? So you can get eggnog and add rum, and then you can also get eggnog that already has the rum in it. It's usually like 15% or something like that.
Or you
But
can buy a bottle of vermouth and not use that either.
or you can get the eggnog that has the alcohol in it already, and then add rum to that.
Yeah,
and
that sounds
that-
the best.
That's how
of
you
the
do it.
options.
I mean,
It's
that's
still
the
a
way I like it.
Disgusting taste. Milk with any liquor is gross.
Have
Like
you
a
not
White
seen
Russian?
the Big
White
Lebowski?
Russian.
Aliens,
I
White
like
Russian.
a white Russian. A white
I like
Russian's
yeah,
good.
White Russian's good.
Dude,
I
I
don't think that's
survived
milk,
on
though.
White
It's like
Russians
half
for
and
like
half.
2 years. Yeah, they're fantastic.
It's like, let me take something that causes my stomach to gurgle, and then let's add milk.
White Russian with Cheerios, breakfast of
Oh, you're
champions.
fucking
Yes.
Wow.
So disgusting. So give us some controversies there, Jack.
Well, no, I mean that's what I was starting with was this one. Like if you guys ever at a point like if it's a matter of commercialization of Christmas versus the quote unquote meaning of it, which we've already talked about it. It was a matter of, you could say Christianity mixed with some Celtic traditions, some, Dutch traditions. As it spread across Europe and came to America, it obviously was going to evolve. It takes on the winter solstice, that becomes incorporated as to where they place it. But right now it seems like most people are more concerned with the dollars and cents, the business end of Christmas, the consumerism, the generation of the new line of toys, the new line of clothes, I know like in the fashion, industry, there's always like a new designer that comes out or a new hot item that everybody wants or needs to have. Got to have the new Nikes, got to have the whatever the expensive brand name
system.
is.
Oh yeah, I'm
Right.
sure that companies organize certain parts of their product line solely around Christmas.
I know the video game industry does. Movies have always done it to some extent. There's been a big December release.
Well,
I
think
just
the
wonder,
December
do you
release,
think?
though, I'm sorry.
No, I was
think
going to say, go ahead, Zeus.
I think the December release has more to do with non-Christians, because really, as Christians celebrating Christmas, you don't have time during that period. So that's for like all the people that don't celebrate Christmas.
But that's
I
when
think
they're buying it, though.
Yeah, they're going to the flicks. It's not the Christmas celebrators. I think it's all the people that don't celebrate
Well,
Christmas.
Oh,
Well, I mean, there's also a matter of people want to spend. If you have a bunch of kids and they all want to go see the new animated feature coming out on December 15th, or the new Die Hard, or the new whatever. Like, I mean, they
I don't
do
think there's gonna
market.
be a new Die
They
Hard.
do market. They market a lot of this stuff to parents for kids who grow up with televisions, and I want. And then people who make the money, now it's our generation. Now they're advertising toward us as the parents. They're really advertising to our children. And then we're supposed to go out and get all this stuff. So do you think, I guess, in your mind, in your world, in your own, perspective, each of you,
mhm.
do you feel like the actual meaning, or like the birth of Christ, or Christianity, or doing unto others, do you think that that's been more overwhelmed by just the I have a Christmas list and here's what I want?
Yeah,
Well,
it's
yeah.
totally about gifts and all that stuff. Between December 25th and January 1st, it's all marketing. It's all how much can we get them to spend? I mean, that's my
Right. But
and
does
even now it's not like gifts under the tree. It's like, give me an Amazon card
Mhm.
and I'll
Right.
get my own shit. Which
Okay.
fine, but I like to have the gifts under the tree. I'm old school that way. I at least a couple gifts, I like to have that whole like bunch of packages under the tree.
Sure, wrap on.
The aesthetic of it, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even if it's garbage, like puzzles and Legos and stuff like that.
Bowling ball. Yeah.
Yeah. I know what's under there. I know what I'm getting because I got it for myself because
Mhm.
nobody buys me shit.
Well, do any of you guys have any, like, I mean, does anybody have a balance or anything that they do in their Christmas tradition, their holiday, that really harkens more to the Christian basis, or like the birth of Jesus, or anything religious in nature at all?
Only
Like,
the
maybe, like,
music.
what's
Only the
that?
music and the lyrics, some of the favorite Christmas songs that talk about, Silent Night or Noel
Mhm.
or things like that. But physically, no, I can't think of anything.
I mean,
Okay.
No, it's actually yeah, that's a little depressing. Like, yeah, we don't have tradition like
What
we
about
had
like
when we were
what
kids.
about like what about Desiree said when she was a kid, like they went to midnight mass and stuff. Does anybody still do that, or do you go to mass at all?
mhm.
Anybody? Mike?
Nope.
Mike, you're
Yeah.
just Mike silently nodding.
No, I'm just saying. So, yeah, I mean, as far as I think it differs per family,
Yeah,
and
that's what I mean. That's why I was
friends.
asking you guys.
I mean, I
Definitely.
think as a culture overall, yeah, I mean, it's definitely, over our lifespan, become kind of transformed into something else. But I mean, that's not, individual families, individual people can do what they want. I think,
Sure.
I mean, personally, I've always liked kind of lo-fi Christmas, like not Christmas where everything has to be the most, I kind of like the Charlie Brown Christmas tree. I like the people that get their reindeer antlers on their cars. I like people that still do mistletoe. I like, just like the cool stuff without having it have to be, it's like what a lot of parents have done with their kids' birthday parties over the last 15 years, where everything has to be the ultimate insane,
Hmm.
crazy, massive party. But just doing, keeping it simple. I kind of like that. I mean, it's a
Does
very
anyone
nostalgic time of year.
does anyone put a pickle on their Christmas tree?
No, I don't think I've done that.
Oh, it's a
I,
pickle ornament, not a real pickle.
yeah,
An
I've heard of
actual
Oh,
that,
pickle?
but what
I've
does
never
really?
it?
heard that.
Yeah, what does it stand for?
I don't know. It's just a pickle. I'm sure it stands something.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a lot funner if there was more people, like if you were a very large family and then you put the pickle in the tree.
Yeah.
But at my house, there's like me, my husband, and my son, and so it's not that cool.
Is it
But I
like a
still put
hide
it
and
in there.
seek thing?
Yeah, you put it in there, and then like on Christmas morning, like whoever finds the pickle in the tree gets like a present, like a different
I guess
present.
open the first gift or something.
Or whatever. I mean, yeah, you could do that.
So here's my observation this year. For once, I got out to the stores and I saw candy canes, and I was like, I'm grabbing them now, because if you wait till like a week before,
Hmm.
you're getting like Starburst candy canes and like
Mhm.
Yeah. Or the ones that are green, like who wants that? I want the red and the white.
Yeah,
Red
I
and
had to
white.
buy
I don't
a
want any
new
of that green in
a
there.
new garland. There's some like bells that I wanted, so I had to buy those, new garland, and all the good ribbon, like the good ribbon for gifts and stuff and decorating, like beginning of November.
We should on our next episode post Christmas. Let's take pictures of our Christmas setup, so we can just share those on the next episode.
Didn't we do that one year? Didn't Tom like post pictures of his house decorated?
I was gonna give you guys a house tour. It's not complete
Tom
yet. So.
did.
Maybe Tom did. He did.
I'll bet Desiree.
I think he showed us pictures of his
Maybe
house.
he showed us. Yeah.
My house gets ridiculous.
I'll bet your house looks like you're in the North Pole.
My dining room is decorated. It's completed. My dining room tree is also completed. My
dining room tree.
My dining
remember
room tree.
I think
yes,
I remember Desiree
multiple
has like 6 Christmas trees.
Multiple
I did
trees.
a candy tree this year, and I never had thought that was even cool, but for some reason I was like, I think I want to do a candy tree. So that's it. It's a candy tree in the dining room, and then I'm really just trying. Do you guys know like beads on the tree? Like
yeah.
I have never been able to do that where it looks good. So I'm really trying to do that this year with my main tree.
You have to have it like drape.
Yeah, you have to drape it and you have to do big drapes, and it's really hard because like sometimes the other I have these really big icicles on my tree and they get in the way. So it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever do this one when you were kids? And this is one maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll try and pull this one out from my youth and pass it on. Did you guys ever do the popcorn where you
on the string?
Yeah,
yeah.
String, and you had like sew through it and ow motherfucker, ow.
Yeah.
Like just constantly.
You want to pass that on to your kids?
Sure,
dude.
Torture them.
The one time when my daughter came home from school and she had the construction paper rings.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my god! Like it just blew my mind. I was like, oh, I remember that.
I don't think my kids made those.
Let's bring Christmas back, bitches.
See, that's actually kind of cool though, because it's like on the one hand, you have the extreme end. Okay, this is based on the Christian religion or other religions that got incorporated into it. And then you got the opposite end of the spectrum with the pure consumerism. I got to get this for this person, got to get this for that person, this person, my kid wants 10 different things, whatever. But it seems like there's like, at least in the presentation of like the Christmas environment, the celebration, the decorations, the tree, like Desiree with her 6 trees, like at least people can there's a certain spirituality, I think, behind that, where like I want to make this environment happy and festive.
Yeah.
And there's something spiritual about that. I think it isn't just I have to have the best looking lawn on the block. It's like, you're into it for your, for your kids. Maybe it's like you want them to come home, or some kids coming home from college.
It's purely selfish for me. I just like it.
Well, that's okay. Even if you just like it, like you get some joy out of it. Like I think that's nice.
That warm glow from the Christmas tree lights at night is it. Like
it's awesome.
It's lovely.
And with the ornaments on there, and like the ornaments that you get to see them once a year, you pull them out, or you remember.
You're like, oh, I forgot about these. Yeah.
And sometimes there's someone's leg breaks or shatters, and they go into the boneyard.
One goes out, they all go out.
Yeah, or you get a new one, or it's like, where'd this thing come from? I do like like some ornaments that I have are like, pirate ship or like a little devil guy, and you kind of stick them. You don't really always want them right in the front of the tree. Kind of like put them
little devil guy.
Yeah.
Why would you have that?
That's exactly the point. Yeah, he kind of.
Oh, these are like those sort of novelty sort of
So you guys may not know, but my mom is an artist, and I mean she's a nurse now, but she was an artist for years. Like wanted to make her money in art, and she used to take eggs and get all the stuff out of the egg, and she would paint with acrylic paint like these amazing ornaments that she would make with the eggs. But well, I guess that's all I got about that. But they were
They used to I think that comes from somewhere in England, or not in England, but like in Europe.
Eggs.
Yeah, that painted eggs.
Yeah.
They
were amazing.
I will say,
I
was just saying, as I've gotten older, and I have some friends that really are super into Christmas, and they do stuff every year, and they kind of get this gravitational pull to pull in me and over the years, and other people that I see at their houses, because they have like, I have a good friend of mine. They have a party every Christmas Eve.
You have friends other than us?
Yes.
Mhm.
One, and I haven't gone to her house in a few years, but she would have Christmas Day breakfast, and then another friend has Christmas night dinner. And there have been years in the past where, I mean, a long time ago, we would do all three of them. Now it's like we do one or two maybe. But it's just nice going and playing the same games, seeing the same people, and there's people that I would only see at that party. Like I would know them, like friends of friends. So it's like that kind of tradition is nice. I mean, when I was younger, my extended family was really huge, and we would like go and visit them, and that was always cool. I mean, so it's always a time of year I've really liked. I try
I
not
love
to
Christmas.
focus on the negative stuff so much. I mean, it's out there, but
Mhm.
it's out there all the time with everything.
I think we do kind of push back our hostility as it gets closer.
Yeah. I mean, I go to church, I celebrate Christmas, but that's gone, that's varied over my life. But yeah, I think it's always fun. I'm always interested in people that are really into it. I mean, I know people that are like, we have to watch these certain films in this certain order.
Mhm.
I have to
Right.
have this certain Christmas music. We go to this certain mass, or we set up our tree this certain way. I mean, that stuff is all pretty cool. I mean, there's ornaments on our tree that are from like when my mom was a kid, like on her
Yeah.
tree. And
Oh, wow.
I mean, I don't have a lot of them. I have like one or two, but it's like,
Yeah, like-
oh yeah, that's my mom's ornament from when she was a kid.
That's cool. I
Yeah,
wish
that's great.
I had some of our old ornaments
Yeah.
from when I was a kid.
I love vintage ornaments. Like that's my weak spot. Like that's all my main tree. Like that's all it is vintage ornaments of some sort. Shiny
Awesome.
brights, shiny brights, shiny brights. Like
Hmm.
all over
Yeah.
that bitch.
That's awesome. And do you have the glass ones, or you mean like
Yeah, they're like
yeah, like
no, they're actual like shiny brights, like bulbs. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, we
various sizes.
we lose a couple soldiers every Christmas.
And I do, and I literally I get crushed when one gets broke, like the cat knocks it off the tree or some shit, and I'm just like, it's a good one.
Yeah, so I don't know how about
Those
like
are expensive.
tree maintenance with animals. I know as a cat lover
Mhm.
my whole life, when we were just talking about it tonight, it's like if you have kittens or young cats, you got to have special ornaments for like the bottom 2 feet of your
Right.
tree.
Yeah.
Yep.
You have
The
to
Does your-
strategically
non-breakables.
put
Do your
the
cats
good
climb the
ones up
tree
high.
at all?
When I have had cats that do it. The one I have now, he's a geriatric cat, so he's not climbing the tree anymore. But
My
Go
orange cat,
Fagin!
yeah,
I completely thought like the first year we had him, I was like, he's gonna be a tree climber for sure. He's
Yeah.
never climbed the tree. We had one cat that unfortunately, rest his soul, he passed away, but he was a tree climber until one year he got his like paw stuck in, I don't know how he did that, but he got his paw like wrapped in like the light wire, and it was like stuck in there.
oh
He was
man,
freaking out. And like my other cat, my gray cat that y'all see, he was like on alert. He's like, yeah, because he was like his brother was stuck in the tree. And then
Jesus.
ever since then, like he didn't climb
they
the
don't
tree no
they don't want to
more.
get in there.
You just
Kind
leave
of
him
like
up there
Lassie.
overnight.
But
Like,
Grail will like rub his face on like the bottom like tree part. He don't really mess with the ornaments, but he just wants to rub his face on the scratchy tree and he'll knock shit off. But you got to I have like these pipe cleaners that are like the Christmas tree looking like,
oh
I don't
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
the
Yes.
imitation Christmas tree pipe cleaners, and I just
Yeah.
wire them to the tree.
Ah,
You
Are
wire
you
them.
guys real tree people or fake tree people?
Real tree.
I
Absolutely.
I have a fake one now that we bought 2 Christmases ago.
You
It
cave.
just got too expensive. I think the
yeah.
last one I
They
bought,
are
it was like
gonna-
$150 or something.
Mhm.
I'm like, okay, that's it.
Yeah,
I'm going aluminum.
I was gonna maybe get a real tree this year, and I contemplated it, and I was like, well, there's like one place in town, like Lowe's is the only. I'm not going to the Christmas tree farms. That's just a lot of work. But one place in town that sold like big enough, like an 8-foot, 9-foot Christmas trees. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get a real Christmas tree. And everyone I looked at, I'm like, the way I decorate a tree, and it's just gonna be gappy. It's not gonna be able to hold these ornaments right. Like, I'm not gonna be happy with it. So I just went with me. And then that mixed with, I don't know if y'all have seen or heard of like the TikTok tree this year.
Oh no.
The viral TikTok tree. So it's this Christmas tree. It was at Home Depot. And it's a really nice, like, it's a pre-lit tree. It has the good twinkle on it. It doesn't have the fucking fast, like, just blinky twinkle. It has like the good twinkle, and it's like beautifully lit. Everything's all spaced out nicely. There you could get like a 9-foot or a 7.5-foot, but that tree sold out like before Thanksgiving.
That might be the one I have. It's pre-lit, and it can either be the white lights or the multicolored lights.
Yeah, it's a Grand Duchess. Is it the Grand Duchess?
The Grand Duchess.
Really, you have it? I hate you.
And you got it. You do have to get it early.
You have to do what?
You got to get it early. I remember when I bought it, I went to like 3 or 4 Home Depots until I found one that had it in stock. Because those on the website, it might say that it's in stock, but you go there and you can't find it.
They don't even have the display. It's not even on the website anymore.
This. Wait, it's called the Grand Duchess?
Grand Duchess.
Yeah, the Grand Duchess.
And they have it every year?
I think so. I think they still have it, yeah.
Wow.
Well, they don't have it now. It's completely sold out across the country.
Well,
they sell it every year.
Tom's got the CIA connection, so he's
he knows when it's coming in. But what? Okay,
so I think my goal is next year to get one in like September.
What makes it special?
Because it's
perfect.
It's loaded.
It's a good tree. Like, it's got the good twinkle on it, right, Tom?
It's got the good twinkle,
it's got a good twinkle. It's got colors.
Man.
So it's got the red and green colors, but it can switch to all white if you want. So we flip that. My wife likes all white lights, and I like the color lights.
Of course.
So we alternate.
And does it have the Corinthian leather as well?
Ooh, Corinthian leather.
And heated seats. Yeah. It's the limited Christmas tree.
Is it a hybrid?
That is awesome. Yeah, you can plug it in, or it has a little engine.
It goes up.
I roll the dice, and it's either Charlie Brown Christmas or like just Spectacular. Usually I've kind of gotten the rep at the house of getting the right tree every time. And usually what that means is you get an almost perfect tree, except there's this swath of broken branches in the back, and you just put that in the corner.
That's in the corner, man.
That's right. You got to pick the worst side and just right in the corner.
I think I'm always gonna do natural. The smell. Yeah. I love cleaning up.
Hey, whoever's recording, enable screen sharing real fast.
Okay.
All right.
We got
We're going to show you the Grand Duchess tree.
Okay, let's take a look.
Let's see. Okay, it should let you.
Okay. All right, you ready? Can you see it?
Oh yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, that's a doozy right there.
That's what I got. The 7.5 foot, I think, is what we have. The 9 foot's just too big for our living.
Can I see the twinkle again?
Hold on, let me
the Grand Duchess. Twinkle.
That is an impressive tree.
So are we gonna chip in and buy a truck of these things next August, and then
it'd be a good investment. Then you can sell them at like 500 a piece.
Yeah, there was one. They sell them on eBay for like a lot of money now.
FOZ ornament.
We do need a FOZ ornament.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we do.
I tell you one thing. I'm someone that I do like a live tree. I always had a live tree growing up.
Yeah, same.
Didn't get a fake tree until probably 2005. But I've had one ever since. And I had one year where we got a real tree, and it was like $60, and it was like a little nothing tree, and I was like, what the heck? It's the same thing that's happened with cigarettes since I stopped smoking. Like in 2003, I see cigarettes and they're like $10 for a pack.
Yep,
more than that here.
It's a big box.
I don't know if I could spend $150 on a real tree.
When New York was like $10 packs, and it was like $5 in Virginia. What are they like? in New York?
$10 a pack. God
Yeah.
damn.
What's
Yes,
up,
that's
Zeus?
Michael.
How much does cigarettes cost in New York now? Because that was
Wow.
always like the worst.
Well, I get them here in Jersey, where I live, for about between 12 and 13. In New York City, they're like between 17 and 19.
I mean, it just
A pack?
Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah, because
Wow.
we live in a fascist dictatorship.
that is
series of states.
insane. That is
$17 for
insane.
one pack. Jesus, that's almost $1 per. How many cigarettes are in there?
Oh
20.
yeah.
20.
20.
So that's like $1 each.
Yeah, that's why. And people like ask to bum one off the street, and I'm just like, do I look rich?
No, I've gotten to the point where I
No.
every time I say it's my last one, but today actually somebody asked me for one. I'm like, no.
No.
Wait a
Yeah.
minute. When
Answer's
You
no.
want to smoke? Get a job. Buy your
Right.
own cigarette.
Yeah, no, I like when they
Okay,
say
hold on.
hey, Merry Christmas, do you have an extra cigarette? And I look in the pack, I'm like, no, this one didn't come with an extra. Sorry, pal.
dude, when
Nope, just 20.
No
I-
bonus
Just the
cigarette.
20.
You can't tell me that you've never been in that position where you're like, okay, you don't have any and you just need one and you're about to go. I don't know, but you've been in a bind before.
Yeah, I
Look,
have.
But when I go
But
up and
now
ask
they're like
somebody for
almost
a
20
cigarette,
bucks.
dude,
I think there's a different there's a mystique to the people that randomly come up and ask you versus me or you, Desiree, or
Right, somebody
Jack.
you know.
Like, no,
Yeah.
not even somebody you know. It's like, look, man, can I bum a smoke? It's like how you deliver the
when
request.
someone you never met
I
before.
I love when they'll walk up to me and be like, can I buy a cigarette off you? And they have the dollar in their hand.
There you go. But
And
it's
at
not. But even
At
a
that point,
dollar.
it's commerce. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sure,
Barter.
I mean,
sure.
But
That's
Sure
the
you can.
Christmas miracle right there. It's
Yes, you can certainly buy one. I know the store is going to charge you $2.50 for one, so you have a bargain right here, sir. I will
look,
part with
Hold
a
on,
cigarette for
you can buy
$1.
one cigarette.
Oh, if
Yeah.
you go into like certain neighborhoods, they sell singles. Yes, they do.
yeah, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, but
That's
they do.
sketch.
You can,
It's very sketch.
I don't even want to know how much I spend on cigarettes a year.
Yeah, I
But-
don't want to think about
Wow.
it. Well, we're all Zeus. We're going to quit next year,
Sure we are.
but here's
2024.
the thing I
Here's
remember
resolution.
with people bumming cigarettes, and this was again, it's 20 years ago. But again, I find it interesting just culturally. But this is back. I think I was paying like $3.30 for a pack. You could get them in the high twos. This is only in like 2002, late
Yeah.
90s, right? I stopped in 03, but even at the time, I had friends, and I started doing it myself. Who you would have the pack with one cigarette in it. So when someone asked you, you'd be like, you'd have your pack, and then you'd have the one like,
Hey.
yeah, it's my last one.
Wow,
Sorry.
That's next level shade right there.
Yeah,
That's
that's-
Baltimore, baby. I mean,
I
and
just
so
ignore people.
and
Just
that was
don't.
when-
If you
I
talk
just-
to me,
I
I just
just
don't
say
fucking
no.
say anything. I don't even say no.
I'm just saying, that's back when they were
speak
cheaper.
English.
I gotta tell you
Yeah, but
honestly.
Mike,
when
you're
somebody-
so concerned with their opinion of you that you have to have the fake pack with just one cigarette in it, just
Sometimes-
to be like,
Yeah.
sorry, man.
Well, you didn't want to
gotta
like
tell you-
catch anything, you know? I mean, you didn't want to like get mugged
And-
or whatever.
And then
Yeah,
we should probably
that's
get
what I
on to
thought.
more Christmassy subjects, but I gotta tell you, when people come up and ask me for a cigarette, it infuriates me. I want to like punch them.
Wow.
Yeah, that's an issue. that you
Well,
Yeah,
have.
dude,
so
I would watch
y'all-
that.
That could be regional because in Kansas, when people bum cigarettes, usually they get 2 or 3 out of them.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people
'cause-
are just nice here, I guess. I
Well,
don't,
maybe no, or cigarettes are just a lot cheaper there. Is what
Maybe.
I'm. Yeah, that's
Or
probably
you've
what
got
it is.
the impending doom of any tornado popping up at any time, and you're just like, I got to do some good.
But
yeah.
are there
gotta-
still
I
like
gotta
those
buy
cheap
some karma here.
cigarettes, like the Doral brand for
Yeah.
only
Yeah,
like
they still have
$5 a
very
pack or
cheap.
something?
Not yes, they do.
When I worked at 84 Lumber, there was this guy who was a yard guy. He like took care of all the wood out there.
And
He
he
like
smoked.
drove the
And he
fork
did.
truck around and
I
stuff.
bet he did.
And he had a friend who would like rob stores. I didn't ask any questions, but he would always have
We call that a
cartons of
booster.
cigarettes. Yeah, and he would
Wow.
sell them for $1 a pack.
He's
Yeah,
like,
he was fencing
"Give me
them.
a cigarette,
Yeah.
I'll take care of your wood."
He had a whole little store,
I
man,
I
in
think
the
that
little
was Zeus.
supply
If you
closet.
Go back to our 1 True 3 episode. Zeus was stealing things from the convenience store.
Oh my God, yes. And then we got to get back to Christmas because this is just turning into the life and times of whatever.
No, this is Christmas.
Yeah.
Listen, listen. On this podcast, we freewheel. We reserve the
We're
right
rebels,
to take.
man.
Nobody
take
breaks
topics
into
for-
more homes than Santa Claus. So go
Dude,
ahead.
That's right.
When I was a kid, me and this other kid, his name was Ty. We would crawl down a gutter. This is Florida. We would crawl down like a drainage ditch to get to we probably didn't have to do this, but we were like covert ops. We would crawl down this drainage ditch to get to this place that you could open with a pencil, the door. And then he would climb over, he'd grab as much, we had newspaper bags, and he would grab as many 6-packs of beer that he could and cartons of cigarettes.
Wow.
But he was a good criminal because he wouldn't take enough that they would notice right away.
He was just doing grab and goes, is what he was doing.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh no, but the place was closed. We were straight up criminals. He's also the first person I tripped with, which is a bizarre.
And the statute of limitations expired, I think, in
fuck yeah, dude.
94.
That was when I was like 16. I'm 20. What is it? 27 years?
Prove it, evidence is
Yeah.
done.
I'm good. You can judge me now, but you can't take me to court. Yeah, that was a shady time. So anyway, or we'll wait for Jack. Hey, let's all leave while he's gone.
Should we?
Yeah. Just go off screen, but leave up your screen. Let's
Come
go.
back with cigarettes.
All right.
Well, what if he's gone for like 10 minutes though?
We'll see. Hurry up before he gets back. Go.
Go.
Hello. Already tapped out.
All right, guys, let's go back.
I had to pee.
Oh wait, where are the rest of the guys?
I don't know.
They're still
Come on
paying.
back, guys. I seem to remember you guys did that to me one episode. No?
No, that happened.
Des. Oh, there's a tail coming up from Des.
She transformed into a cat. Oh, there she is.
There she is. It was funny as we were waiting for you to come back, and we just see this tail pop up on the screen. Mike? Oh no. One of his new hips gave out. So Jack, what else were we?
I'm just trying to do something here. Hang on 1 second.
Jack, you didn't even react. What the hell?
I just said I had to pee.
So I will tell you
Look
this.
at Spot. Look at Spot.
The,
What
you got a
happened?
shot or something?
he had an abscess,
Ugh.
Oh,
and so he had to get it drained.
So I'll tell you my little candy cane thing. So I got a 14-year-old boy who shall be go unnamed, and I go and buy candy canes, and I'm like, they're for the tree. And I know this is probably very anal retentive of me, but like, don't touch for the tree. And like, there's already like 6 missing. It's like, can you stop thinking about your own carnal joys? The necessity for sugar at all times. And well, he's in this phase. Jack, did your kids ever go through this phase where anything you said to them, they responded with whatever, okay, like this droning, annoying voice that they just everything they respond with? Or
Mine says sure.
what?
Yeah, there's a
says
certain
sure.
there's a teenage age around like 16 maybe that where they just don't give a crap what you're talking about if that's what you're talking about.
Oh, I talked to my 14-year-old the other day, and I was like, dude, can you just talk a little nicer to me? Do you not even like me? And he's like, I don't like anyone.
The amount of times I say enough with the attitude is too many. Like I say that too much.
Yeah, if you get to that, that's like the dummy light in the car. Like if you see the dummy light, you've already gone past.
And I tried to mix it up. I tried to mix the phrase up so it's not like the same shit. Like, you want to try that again with less attitude, or do that again, do that a lot, or sorry, I couldn't hear you behind the attitude.
Yeah.
Give me an example of what is attitude for you?
Like I'll be like, hey Drake, like, Mom, what?
Oh, it's infuriating.
Just annoyed that you're bothering him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
How dare you deign to even communicate with me? Yeah.
No. You don't know my troubles.
Right now he's in a weird size. Like he's too big for like one size, but too small for the next size up. And so I'm constantly telling him, Drake, those pants don't fit you. Like you need to go get pants that fit and put those in the don't fit you pile. He's like, Mom, it's going to be fine. It's fine.
that's the point.
Listen.
Yeah.
You want to get made fun of and wear high waters? That's on you, friend. But don't say I didn't try.
So let's get back to more Christmassy talk. What else did you have for us, Jack?
Oh, well, I don't know. I thought this was interesting. It's just a kind of random Christmas nugget. I don't know if you guys knew anything. Someone mentioned mistletoe before, and I thought this was kind of cool. It goes back to Norse and Celtic origins. I guess it was a symbol, like the actual plant, whatever it is. It was a symbol in those mythologies of love, fertility, and peace.
Right.
And during wartime, when like enemy factions would be battling it out, if they came across like a forest or trees that had the mistletoe, they would lay down their arms and they would have peace at that point. And so now that's translated into this excuse for like creepy perv people to try to kiss people that they don't know. And I thought that was kind of cool because it came from like these warlike tribes, and that's what we do with it now.
That's amazing.
Interesting.
Like
letting your guard down.
There was this girl that I used to work with named Ruth, and she was smoking hot. We would go to concerts together. I always like wanted to like make the move. I did get a Christmas mistletoe kiss, and it was great. But yeah, I maybe I'm the creepy guy that goes for the kisses, but
yeah, there you go.
I can live with that.
Yeah, you're the creepy Christmas party guy.
Well, I don't like
walks around with it.
You know, I don't force myself upon them, but if they're game, I'm game. You know.
But do people like strangers kiss each other because of mistletoe anymore? I mean, there's no way that happens anymore.
COVID, we're in a post-COVID world, man.
Please don't touch me. I don't care if there's mistletoe or not.
And I don't ever remember that. I mean, not like some rando people.
I totally remember lots of mistletoe situations. But you've
been in a mistletoe situation.
We need to dive.
Let's stand underneath it during the whole party.
Let's explore this topic a little bit more.
Man,
this is Christmas
what we call
tangential.
a mistletoe situation.
Yeah, mistletoe. How do you get yourself into? But how do you get yourself into a mistletoe situation?
One of those hats with the wire, and it was like
I used to put it on my belt.
Okay.
Whoa. Zeus has always got one, just ready.
That's a mistletoe situation.
That is definitely a situation. Never worked.
Well,
I just don't. I mean, the only time I have been in a mistletoe situation is usually of my own making. Like, hey, hon, go look at that. Go look out of the window. That guy's stealing that car. And then she goes over the window. Yeah, or it's like it's already over the window or the door.
Yeah.
But I just haven't walked into a mistletoe situation. That's fascinating.
No, I have. Yeah, I remember a lot of mistletoe situations.
The Friends of Zeus podcast brought to you by a mistletoe situation.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I mean, the other thing that I found, I was looking up just like weird Christmas shit, right? And there were like a couple of things like traditions in other countries. And
You actually Google weird Christmas shit.
I was thinking the same exact thing. Weird Christmas shit.
Yeah, I was
Googling it
just,
right
I
now.
mean, I figured, well, at first I thought we'd cover some of the things that I talked about in the text thread, but then I thought about our past Christmas episodes, and we've talked about our favorite music, our songs, and our favorite movies, and I was like, well, I could ask everybody what they're doing this year for Christmas, but we all kind of
Probably
know
the
the
same
gist.
thing.
Like we have
Yeah.
children, and we're gonna get them presents, and we're gonna give them to them.
There's
We're hoping to get certain things, maybe, or maybe we really don't care, and we just want to get nice things for the people we love.
There's a
You know,
guaranteed one viewing of A Christmas Story in my house. It has to, and they all hate it, but I'm like, it's being watched. Shut
no,
up.
my favorite Christmas movie, nobody ever wants to watch with me, and if I'm lucky, I find the time to watch it because I loved it as a kid,
one?
which is Gremlins.
Yeah.
No one likes Gremlins, but
That's
I
a
like
great.
Gremlins.
Oh man, that's
I should
great.
try
I still
that.
like Bad Santa, and Jack's over there always still looking like Bad Santa. So
No, I love Bad Santa. That's a good one too. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, I think Christmas Story is It's a Wonderful Life. That is a perfect movie. I watch it every year. I laugh.
I love it. I love it. I can recite the lines though. I can't watch it anymore. And it's just always on 24
Well, that's
hours a
the
day.
thing. The greatest thing about Christmas Story at this point is it's on like TBS like 24 hours. So you just pop it on and wherever you're at, you're going to catch up because it's going to be on an hour later.
Yeah.
You
Well, we
know,
lost
you know
Des.
what I've really gotten into recently? The
What's
Polar
that?
Express.
I
I
can't.
love that
don't like
movie.
it.
With Tom Hanks. Yeah,
Don't
that
like it?
train.
I don't like it.
I'm
It's
not
so
trying
good.
to
It's
beat
so
you up,
like
but I think it
sad
sucks.
at certain points, but it's just I love that movie. That's like the new tradition. It's probably like 30 years old by now, but
Yeah.
for me, it's new. So that's probably like the new tradition.
I couldn't be less interested in that movie. And I've seen it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's a
New Christmas for me.
Yeah.
It's
It's
Well, also
it's
like
so poignant and
I
sad.
can't get into the animation of it. Like it looks
Yeah.
weird to me. It just looks weird. And
had you
like
read the book
much
first?
rather watch Charlie Brown Christmas than that movie.
yeah, me too.
No, man. Polar
See,
Express, I love it.
No, I like a good version of A Christmas Carol. Like I'm a big ghost story guy, so
Yeah, I love
I've always
Christmas
liked
Carol.
that story.
There's
And there's
always
some
like
great.
yeah.
Scrooge was such a great Christmas movie. I don't know why it's like fallen to the wayside. Scrooge is such a great Christmas
With
movie.
Bill
No, it's
Murray?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
That
if it's
movie's
fallen to the.
awesome.
It's
That
in a
movie didn't-
resurgence, man. That movie is
Yeah.
great.
Good, because it deserves it. That was in a lot of ways, that's one of Bill Murray's best movies.
It's a
love
great movie. It's a
It's
great
fantastic.
There's a lot of
fucking
good
Bobcat Goldthwait chasing him around with a shotgun. Merry Christmas, Bob.
No, it's
So,
awesome.
what's your guys' favorite Scrooged? Or Christmas Carol?
That one, Scrooged.
Well,
Hands
there was like an epically long one last year or 2 years ago that came out on Hulu that I didn't see.
Oh,
That's supposed to be really excellent, but it was super long, and I never got around to seeing it. I think Tom Hardy had to do with the production of it.
wow.
It had.
So fights.
I think no. I think the guy who plays him is the actor. What is it? Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce is.
I think he's the Scrooge in it, and I.
You walking around with Polaroid saying this is Christmas past.
That is.
Memento.
I didn't even realize they.
Guys, work with me here.
I always liked the Albert Finney one, the musical.
Yes.
Sure.
That's
Yes.
probably my favorite, and I like the George C. Scott one as well. Those two are my favorites.
I grew up with the George C. Scott one. I never really watched the Albert Finney one until my wife, and it's my wife's favorite. And I was like, how did I never see this?
That's so
The
good.
Finney one. And
Seen them all. Wasn't there one with like Sir John Gielgud too? Wasn't that like the black and white? Or no, that was Oliver Twist, I think.
I'm not
Pretty
sure.
much every actor has done a Christmas a Christmas Carol version.
Patrick Stewart did
It's like a million of them. Yeah.
Patrick Stewart was meant to play that role.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
So
was good.
that's a gimme.
I saw his version. I liked it. It was
But
good.
I would say my favorite modern interpretation is definitely Scrooged. It makes you sad. It makes you laugh. I mean, come on. staple the fucking antlers on the mice.
Yeah, no, it's a good movie. I saw that in the theater when it came out, and I was blown away by how good it was. Even when I was young, I recognized how good of a movie it was.
And it was a really good and like modern interpretation where they could like Tau, what was it? VCR, or no, Tau, VCR.
Mm-hmm. Tau or VCR.
And he was about to give his brother the towel.
Tau.
Okay.
Brilliant movie.
The funny thing is that today I think the towel would be the preferred gift, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
VCR nowadays. You can get a good towel.
Hey, and let's be honest. I still think Die Hard Christmas movie.
It's not.
I disagree with you. Let's put it to a vote. Who says Die Hard is a Christmas movie?
Well, it takes place. Is they're having a Christmas party?
Yeah.
That's not enough.
At the beginning, it takes place on Christmas Eve, right?
He literally has a gun strapped to his back with Jingle Bells tape across it.
Yeah.
You can't get much more Christmas.
Not enough.
Well, I mean, look,
Christmas.
I think if I can say Gremlins is a Christmas movie, then Die Hard has to be a Christmas movie, I guess.
I agree. I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
And I would toss both of them out then.
But I would say it's not about Christmas.
Right.
The theme of it is not Christmas, I don't think.
The setting maybe is Christmas.
To be
The
fair,
setting is Christmas.
I got this tweet or this like Reels or Instagram video, and it did have Bruce Willis. He was doing like a roast or something. He's like, I came here for one reason and one reason alone. To tell you that Die Hard is not a Christmas movie, which it was pretty funny. I think
he said it was not.
Right.
He said it was not. Right. But what does he know? He can't even talk now.
Oh, dude.
Man.
Too soon.
Man, that was my neck hurts from the whiplash on this one.
Spirit of Christmas.
I was having a good time. Now I'm sad.
Okay, here's a transition.
Thank you.
Does anyone have like, I'm sure there's one of these or maybe multiple in every city, but those people that imitate like the Griswold Christmas lights on their house.
Yeah. Driving around town looking at all the lights.
No, but just specifically like
the
Griswold.
Seen it, like the actual like strips of lights.
Where it's like every Christmas light known to man on your house.
Or did they just yeah,
it looks like Christmas lights throw up on your house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
those are fun.
I drive by this one to work every day, and it's Christmas lights, but it's like a TIE fighter attacking. It's like totally this hybrid of Star Wars and Christmas that I like because it's Star Wars, but it's not awesome. Christmas. It's not Christmas. It's just
there's always the Yoda with the Santa hat.
Yeah, that gets a little annoying.
Remember though, even Star Wars had a Christmas TV special back
on the Wookiee planet, I believe.
That's right.
It was all.
Oh yeah,
that was a great one.
My neighbors have like a Grinch theme going on over at their house. Like they have this like this wood like cutout of the Grinch, like Grinching, and like he's holding like a string of lights, and like to make it look like he's taking the lights off of this bush thing.
Yeah.
Oh man,
it's pretty cute.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think they just put it up like the other day because I just saw it.
I could never do that. It's so much work. It's kind of like Halloween. I love Halloween too and the decorations, but the people that go all out, how do they do all that work? And
there
are
are Christmas light conventions.
Yeah, it's a
where are you going to put it all?
Yeah, you have to store it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'd have to rent a storage thing to put all that crap.
Your attic?
I used to have in my old house, I had, I don't know, they're maybe like 2 or 3 feet tall, these like plastic light up creche figures, so it was like wise men and like a sheep and
blow molds.
And I would put them on the front steps with like hay, and it like looked really cool. And it's like, I don't know, 13 or 14 of them. They lit up. Very easy to do. I think it took me like 4 hours to set the thing up every year because I had to climb into the crawl space, because they were huge where I had to store them. So I don't know how people do this stuff where they've got like a million things. I mean, that took me a while and that wasn't even that big a deal. So I don't know. I already
got my Grand Duchess. I have to.
Yeah, the Grand Duchess.
The box is like that big. That's enough. That's all I can handle.
Those like Christmas tree bags where you don't have to take it apart. You just
Yeah.
Put it in
Stuff
the
it in the
bag, zip
bag.
it up, and throw it up in the attic.
So is the Grand Duchess, does it come into pieces and you fold it up, or is it
Yeah,
the sticks?
Three
three
pieces.
pieces.
It's pretty awesome. If you don't have, Mike, you have a real tree, or you use
No,
a real
no, yeah, not. I haven't had. We had one real tree between now and 2005. There was one real tree in there.
Okay, so you got the fake as well. You just
Yeah.
don't have the Grand Duchess.
Don't have do not have the Grand Duchess.
All right, so you don't have the Mercedes Benz of Christmas trees.
No, I have the Plymouth Voyager.
Yeah, no, you got to keep up with the Joneses, Mike. I know it's not your style, but no, I wanted to mention this because this was something I thought was kind of funny because one of the controversial topics I was going to bring up kind of ties in with this international apparently in Catalonia, Spain, there's a tradition of a figurine called the Canegar, Caganer, the
I
Canegar,
know what this
which is a defecating man
right.
that they place in nativity scenes. It's a guy taking a shit in the nativity scene.
Yes.
Why?
On a
In-
specific
In Spain, in
thing, or
Catalonia,
like
Spain.
on the manger, on
Yeah, does he
I don't
arrive
know.
at a certain
on-
time?
I don't know. I think I don't know if he like is just like, he crashed the party.
Is this recent or is this like?
Is it supposed to be like
No.
the angel of whatever it is?
Tom, what
The
do
one
you
that says,
Tom,
"Unto you a
Tom, you're
child is
aware of
born"?
this?
Yeah, it's usually like on the little like diorama sized setups that you have, and you'll have like a little
Diorama.
pooping guy. He'll be
The
like over on
pooping
the
guy.
roof, or he'll be like around the back with next to the donkey or something.
But
I
Is
think
this-
it's just kind of like a hidden thing,
Like the
He's
elf
not
on
usually
the
like
shelf.
right up in the front.
Like the elf on the shelf. He's just back there. You got to find him.
The
Where's-
shitter behind the barn.
Yeah, right. Like the little
wait,
kids
so-
wake
yeah,
up.
this is
where's
not
the
it-
guy? Mom, where's the guy taking a shit? I can't find him.
So this is not in the gospel.
Maybe in Matthew.
Maybe they just missed
Yeah,
him.
Matthew.
Maybe
Just left him
Matthew.
out.
Matthew made shit up according to Tom. He just made
Yeah.
stuff up.
It's all sorts of crazy things in Matthew.
Right.
I'm gonna reread it.
Yeah, I think that's chapter 1, verse 8, something like
Did
that.
y'all ever do Elf on a Shelf?
Uh-uh.
Oh, we still do it.
No,
I gotta
I
say
was
so.
warned not to.
Yeah, we missed that whole thing, and then I think at
It
one
was not
point my
awesome.
ex wanted to incorporate it. And I was just like, no, we don't do. That's not a tradition we have. Like you're making that up.
It's a lot of work
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
because you got to move that bitch every night, and then if you forget, geez, what are you gonna say?
Well,
Yeah.
My friend was literally like, "Don't do Elf on a Shelf." Like this was before I ever had kids. I was like, "Okay, I'll remember that."
When I did it, I didn't do anything. I just like moved him, like whatever. I
Well,
didn't
I
make
mean,
him do
come on,
fun crazy stuff.
Ever moved him?
It's-
I just
Oh,
moved
okay.
him to different spots. Like I didn't make him do like the Cheerios
Yeah.
mess or like the toilet paper mess or whatever.
I
I
mean,
didn't
that's
do
like
all that.
90% of what I do, because you don't have time to do anything.
Yeah.
Every now and
And
then
then-
I'll do something a little extravagant.
Yeah, like I'll write something on the mirror. But
Yeah.
thank goodness for COVID. Because that's when we stopped that because I was like, well,
Oh.
he can't come anymore. And then it's
Oh,
been
no.
like 4 years now. Yeah. And
COVID
just
killed
the other
your
day,
elf.
just the other day, Drake was like, Mom, when is that elf coming back? I was like, oh, I don't think he's
When
coming
is-
back.
I think
Yeah,
I
he's-
think he
When's
died
it?
of COVID.
Yeah, he died of COVID. That's right.
I think he doesn't come back when you're over 10.
There's gonna be
Teenager.
like 30 years from now. There's gonna be like kids like in rehab. And they're like, when that elf
know-
left, just it was
Mhm.
the end of my
I don't-
childhood.
Mhm, the day that Christmas died.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
about
remember
you
that,
guys,
Steve. I remember losing my elf too.
but my kids, I don't know about you guys, but I am like forcing them to do a Christmas list.
Oh, yeah.
me too.
And
It's
like
hard now.
Ollie he's just like, can you buy me a year's worth of Spotify? I'm like, yeah, I can put that in a box. It's like, can you just give me, nonsense stuff, socks, shirt, sweatshirt, anything.
Yeah.
It's like, whatever. And it's like, no, don't you realize that as we get closer to Christmas, because we're 2 weeks out now, and I
I
got
know.
nothing. I
I
got,
got
nothing.
2 things.
No, my youngest gave me 3 video games and a pair of like earbuds, and then the other 3 children, one of them emphatically said, Dad, I don't want anything. I really don't. Like, you don't have to get me anything. So he's
That's an older
awesome.
child.
He's awesome. He's
That's the
15.
oldest, obviously.
No.
Oh, really?
That's my third son. He's
Ah.
15.
Oh,
And
wow.
then the two other guys are in college busting their butts with finals and stuff. And they were like, look, Dad, we'll get you something, but honestly, whatever. Like, there's nothing we really desperately
Yeah.
want. And so it's like, okay, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna see the kids Christmas, because Christmas is a Monday. And so I'll get to spend the weekend with them, and then I'm gonna come back the Tuesday after Christmas. So
That's
they're just,
awesome.
yeah, they're happy to have me home. And for the older kids, you can always give them some money and be like, get what you want. They're gonna be happy about that. And
But you
then
still want to put something under the tree.
Yes, I
well,
agree.
no, that I told them, I said, even if it's like, if it's clothes that you want or sneakers, whatever, just send me some. I want to be able to give you guys have stuff. But I also, I've got a couple of contingency plans that I'm not, so they are going to be getting stuff. So I at least have a few items up my sleeve. Do you guys have your own wish lists? Anything that you're getting from your spouse or that you've talked about?
I really didn't this year.
No, you had nothing. You had no requests.
No. I mean, like I said, I really enjoy the time. I like the company, having some good food, some cookies.
Yeah.
That's all I need. I really don't need anything, stuff.
So
Socks.
for
Yeah,
me,
no, I already got a great gift. But like, I was in a store with Dana one day and I saw something and she was like, early Christmas gift, and I was like, okay, so I got like an electric bass guitar.
Oh man,
Yeah, so I'm all set.
sweet.
And she had like, it's really a thing she really wanted. I was able to get for her that she knows about already. It's a cooking class. It's like a knifing class.
Oh,
So we've exchanged those already. But you always get a bunch of other little things, the person's gonna like. That's what's so fun about it,
Yeah,
whether it's so I mean, I'm very much looking forward to, like you said, Mike, the dinners and I love the Christmas music, getting together with family. We're having a family gathering. I think I told you guys I moved in with
yeah.
her last weekend. So we're having my family, like 9 people coming over for like a holiday dinner. First time we're having people over, so that'll be nice.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a
last
lot
year
of
I made
people.
it. Last year I made a beef tenderloin.
Oh,
Ooh.
The best shit ever. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Mm.
Des,
It's
do you have
expensive,
any
but
now? Have you and your husband, like, is there any big gifts you're expecting or hoping to receive this year, or you don't even know?
no,
No
I don't
cars with
know. I
bows.
mean,
Yeah, no
what?
cars with
No
bows.
cars
Cars
with
with
bows.
bows. No. I usually usually does what like he'll give me a good birthday gift, but then when it comes to Christmas, it's like the thing about it is
I know what it is. I know what
there's
you're gonna say.
nothing. What?
Never mind. I was gonna say if it's like mine, my birthday is so close to Christmas that
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I usually get cash at Christmas and I just parlay that into or cash on my birthday and I just parlay that into Christmas and I buy myself like this year I think I'm gonna get an iPad, but I'm waiting. I have like half the money and I know I'll get an Amazon card from my mom and that'll cover it. But yeah, in my house, I do all the giving. I usually keep it to around 1,000, get that big gift and then a couple small gifts, and then I
Yeah.
get free and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know where the Christmas spirit is in my house. I've definitely got it. I make sure that everybody gets what they want, but
Mhm.
it doesn't tend to get reciprocated so much. I get like a pedometer. Like, really? You gotta count my steps. Thank you.
Mhm.
Merry
Yeah, they
Christmas
want to
to
know where
you.
you are.
Yeah, whatever. It's
Uh,
well,
yeah, go ahead,
I
Zeus.
mean, if
What?
I ask for something, like
you get it.
I would get it, but
Yeah,
I
but
just don't know.
right. So there's nothing that's like, you don't have a wish list item this year, or because I really didn't either. Like, I mean, I was thrilled about the base because I had always wanted to mess around with it, and I was like, sure, that
That's
sounds
great.
awesome. So, but I'm all set. But some people have this one big gift that they're hoping to give to someone or to get back. You guys can't think of anything or nothing you want to reveal on the podcast.
I know
Yeah,
my
I didn't even
husband
think
wants
about that.
like a it's this thing for the Starlink that he can like some kind of case. I don't know that
Okay.
he wants, so I might get him that. But
Like
other than that, I wouldn't even know what to get.
I said, I just want to keep up with the Joneses. I've had an iPad for like 6 years. Need a new one, just
Yeah.
because you need your iPad, or at least I do. I use it pretty frequently, so it's something I like to have around. But I don't need anything. I can get that on my own. I can work an extra shift and pay for that right there.
Or if I want something, I'll just buy it.
Right.
Right, I'm a big boy. I can buy my own stuff.
Yeah, no, it's more fun getting stuff for other people anyway. I mean, rather than thinking of what you want, which I kind of like that the kids this year are at that point where they're like, nah, I don't need to make a list of stuff. You know what I mean? Like the youngest one's 14, so he still has, I'll make some, I want some video games. Like that's cool. But as your kids get older, like it's not all about, maybe it's more about them wanting to buy stuff for other people, which is cool.
And that's kind of what gets to me. It's not the gift in itself. It's that they thought of you.
Right.
And that's where my heart hurts a little Christmas, because like literally I got like 5 gifts for everybody. I do all this stuff and nothing.
And you get nothing back.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant they get you something and it warms the heart. You're saying you get squat.
You get
I get
nothing.
squat. And it's not about the getting, it's about the thought,
Right.
Dad likes video games. Let me get him a Xbox Game Pass or what, it's not a money thing. It's something I don't have. For me, as far as the gift part of Christmas, it's all about that time of year where you get something that you would normally not buy for yourself because it's an extravagance, or you know what I mean?
Or it's something that you never would have thought you wanted, but because someone you love gets it for you, you're like, holy shit, this is the coolest thing ever. And then you remember.
Yeah.
Like I remember I got this t-shirt from my son one Christmas because he thought, I liked it, and you'll always remember that. It's kind of nice.
Yeah. It feels good to be thought of.
It's cool. It's funny. I like giving gifts when it's a really great gift. Like I don't like the obligation of giving. Like I don't like I'm going out to get
the sake of doing it. Yeah.
It's like I remember I still like one of my favorite gifts I ever gave. I don't know if it was her favorite, but I loved giving it, was for my mom, and I was probably like 22 or something. And she like would always wear like the same kind of clear nail polish. And I had made some comment. I was like, what? It was like something to do with Christmas. And she's like, I don't know. I just kind of like clear, like I just don't have time or whatever. So I went and I bought like 20 bottles, like all these different colors, like just gave her like every single one just to like have fun. Cause she would never get that for herself. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was like, I loved coming up with that idea and doing it. And she loved it, whatever. But I hate being in a position where it's like 4 days before Christmas and you need to get someone something. I can't stand being in that position.
Yeah,
and I'm always cursing at myself if I'm in it.
That sucks because I work in an office and now it's Christmas party time and Secret Santa time.
Oh, I love Secret. We're doing
Secret Santa.
No, see, it sucks because then what they do is they'll say this is the amount you're supposed to spend on this person, this person that you drew out of a hat. And you know nothing about what the person likes, and you're supposed to like, no one's supposed to know you're the one getting him a gift, but you've got to do like underground intel to get a feeling about what is it that person likes.
Yeah.
We send out a questionnaire.
Yeah, where I work, what are 3 things that you would like under $50?
Oh, this is in depth. It's like coffee or tea, sweet or sour.
Yeah,
really?
We have nothing like that. This is totally just like guessing. It sucks,
man.
Yeah,
but anyway,
as far as like liking giving gifts, one of my favorite stories, and I'm not like making myself out to be like anything great or anything, but I remember when I was like, I want to say like maybe 17. I like moved out when I was like 16 years old. So just so you guys know, I went and lived with my friends at their house and stayed there until I joined the military. but it was Christmas and I wanted to go back home, and I had a paintball gun, and I want to say I had like this gold coin that was worth some money. So I went to, this is like all my belongings. So I went to a pawn shop and sold those and got my family Christmas gifts.
Oh, that's great.
And so, I mean, that was just,
That's
whenever
cool.
I think that I'm selfish, I go back to when I sold the only things I had so I could get them. And I think I got them like Dirty Dancing on DVD because we love that movie. How can you not?
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody puts baby in a corner.
No, man.
Baby in a corner. Who the hell do you think you are putting baby in a corner? And then like I think I got my dad a bottle of booze. Like, but it was I always loved giving the perfect gift. But like I said, with these kids today, they want like an app or a gift card for like I said, Ollie wants a Spotify for a year. I'm like, I've already got Spotify for a year. Why don't you use that? But I want my own. It's like, okay.
And you tell him to go buy it. There you go.
I'll get it for him for Christmas. It'll probably be $100?
Yeah, probably.
Not a big deal. And I'll throw a couple of sweatshirts.
Yeah, they make it difficult because there's something fun about going into like department stores or stores and buying stuff for people you love. Like you spot something and you're like, oh, she'd love that.
Yeah.
Or even Amazon. Amazon's fine at this point too. That's kind of the new going into the store and looking for things. But now you got to be like, the nice thing about Amazon is you can cut that time between when you have to buy is expanded a little bit. Like you can straight up order something like on the 22nd and there's a good possibility.
No, Amazon's great if you have a list, if you know exactly what you're looking for. But there's something fun about walking into a store that sells stuff that you have no interest in, and you're there to get it for somebody else, and you're just winging it. And something shows up, and you're like, oh yeah, he would love that, she would love that. Oh, that's actually really cool, but I'm not buying for me today. Like I'm buying for somebody else. Like there's a lot of fun about that.
I always do that though. I always buy for myself when I go Christmas shopping.
A little bit's okay.
We are kind of leaning in the materialistic part of it, but there was something a bit more. I'm not saying it was extremely wholesome and it wasn't materialistic, but there was something to go into the mall, walking through the stores, and trying to find that perfect gift, be it a tool set for dad or whatever. But yeah, now that's kind of even diminished. Like now, it's even more material, I think.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying, rather than Amazon, do yourself a favor, go to that mall, go to that place that has stores and walk around a little bit, because something's going to jump out at you. They're going to be like, oh shit, Ollie would love that. Or, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that's a cool t-shirt. Or, somebody would love those type of sneakers or whatever. Like, instead of just waiting.
Buck buying him sneakers. His sneakers are like $200 a pop.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm just saying, when you walk around and you look around and you hold it in your hands, it's kind of fun rather than I have a list and I'm going to go on Amazon and just order shit. There's something that's not, it's just kind of like, okay, whatever. I just spent money on these people.
I mean, the whole thing of shopping and like having a list. I mean, that's part of it. And there's some people that are really into that. I mean, with the Black Friday stuff, they can't wait to get out there, or they get all their shopping done during the summer, or they're done by Thanksgiving.
Right.
It's funny.
Get into wrapping stuff really well. I mean, it's like anything else. You can take it as far as you want, which is great. I love that about it.
Did you guys, any of you, probably not Des, but definitely as guys, did you guys do the gifts are under the tree and you go out when nobody was around and surgically cut the paper to see what you got?
I never did that.
No,
I like to be surprised.
I don't do that.
I did one time.
You did?
One time.
Yeah. I did.
And I regretted it.
Yeah, I did find Christmas presents before Christmas before.
Yes, yes. My sister would actually like hunt for them. She would look all over the place and be like, I found stuff. You're going to get this. And I'd be like, shush, I don't want to know.
Yeah, don't tell me.
I'll find stuff that I bought but forgot to give it to somebody.
No way, that you hid in the house or whatever?
Right. Like, oh, that's where that is.
That's funny.
How about this? What about stocking stuffers? What do you guys, for me, it's like
candy.
sticker books or coloring books or a book. And we had this, I guess this comes from living in Florida with my family, but we would throw a bunch of clementines in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big Andes candies at Christmas, those chocolatey mints.
Vefa mint.
Yeah.
Vefa thin.
And then like some Reese's cups, usually one of those like candy canes that has like 20 Reese's cups in them. But I know the clementines is probably bizarre to you guys, but I think that's just
yeah,
it sounds good.
I got last year, like I have a problem with French burnt peanuts, the candied peanut. It's like a red. I think we've talked about it before. They look like raspberries. And you can't find them. Yeah, you can't find them anywhere. And Audrey-Ann got me like a freaking case of them last year. I think there was like one pack in my stocking, and then there was like a whole box of them. I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah, like a gross of them sitting in the corner of the living room.
It was too many. I mean, it was enough when I looked at it, I was like, that's too many.
Yeah, now you don't like it anymore. I don't like this candy. Take it back.
I think I did. It took me probably 3 months to finish them.
Oh my God. And the kids, their stockings, it's like Halloween all over again. They're like, Ollie took some of my Reese's peanut butter cups. Dude, freaking chill.
Last year we put some catnip in Fagan's thing, and he tore it down and ripped it apart and had it all open.
Do you ever get gifts for your pets? Like wrap them under the tree?
No, we have stockings for our pets.
Yeah. And they always get stockings.
Like a little stocking with their name on it.
You have pets, Tom?
Yeah, we have the bird now. We've had hamsters.
Yeah.
Put a little like bird food in there or hamster food.
I don't
seem to like it. Yeah.
Boys and girl, we could be festive all night, but I'm just looking at what time it is. We have been on for over an hour. I don't know if anybody has any Christmas wishes for our audience or anything they want to sign off with, but if not, I think we've been on for a while. I don't know about you guys. I wanted to get into what you thought about nativity scenes in public places and whether that's okay or not, but we've all been telling our own personal stories, so I don't even know if we have time to get into that.
I'm fine with nativity scenes. I think it's let's keep some of the traditions. Like, God, I hope Christmas doesn't feel like Christmas when I was a kid. So yeah, keep the nativity scenes. Keep some of that stuff alive.
I don't really see a lot in public places, nativity scenes.
Not as many as I used to.
No, not as many.
Yeah.
There were a lot of like clamoring atheists that wanted them off the government property and Christmas trees and the like. That was a big thing. I remember like maybe 20 years ago. It seemed like every Christmas that was the war on Christmas. That's what they called it, the war on Christmas. Then
you have Home Alone, where like a third of the movie is wrapped around the nativity scene. Remember in the first one?
No,
maybe not a third of the movie, but
yeah. Well, you know what? There's something we can. Is anybody aware of any famous Christmas movies that for one reason or another they've never seen?
They've never
seen. For me, it's Home Alone.
Oh, you've never seen it?
I've never seen the Griswolds Christmas thing.
Oh
whatever
my
that movie's called.
Christmas Vacation.
You have to watch that.
Yeah.
It's called A Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
It is a worthy watch. You will not. You will enjoy it. I can guarantee it. It's classic. And Jack, you got to see Home Alone.
Really?
I mean, it's really just slapstick. Okay. I mean, Home Alone is like
I like slapstick.
Three Stooges.
Dude, it's got Pesci.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, if you like Three Stooges, you'll like Home Alone.
Okay. I will see Home Alone this season.
It is it's a classic.
The one thing with Home Alone is, though, as I've gotten older, and there's a lot, and I didn't come up with this, but I've done a lot of reading on it over the years. The set design in Home Alone is insane. Like in their house, the amount of green and red. Like if you really start looking at like the amount of green and red and what is green and red in the background, it's insane. Like every
how about the fact that they're not even there? They're off on vacation. They just got the house decorated for them.
Yeah, they aren't even going to be there for it. But it's the color in that movie it's like oppressive. It's so great.
But it is a rock solid movie, definitely. And dude, it's got John Candy. It's one of John Candy's close to one of his last movies, at least.
Okay, no, look, you already sold me. I will watch it this season. At some point, I will find it to stream, and I will watch it.
And happy Hanukkah to everybody.
Yeah, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas. Anybody
Happy
else?
Hanukkah.
Tom,
Happy New Year.
Tom, thanks for joining us tonight. We miss you.
Yeah.
Come back every week if you can, please. Every week.
He's going to be out for this month, but then I think he'll be back, right? Roughly.
Roughly, yeah.
Right.
Let's give Tom some space, Zeus. I think you're being a little pushy with the space.
I'm not. No.
Let's give Tom
just
some
thought- no, I
room
thought that's- I thought
to
that's what you said.
explore
Yes.
himself.
If
He'll
I
be
start
back.
another podcast, I'll fucking hunt you down.
Oh, that would
He
be
will.
awesome.
He will
It's
be
the Tom
back.
Show.
All right.
All right, guys. We have been on for a while.
Take care, everybody.
Time to wrap
Hey,
things up.
for
Merry
Christmas, we'd like more listeners.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
More subscribers.
More
More
subscribers and
subscribers,
more
please. Hit the button to subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you.
listeners.
Ding.
Like,